I'm Nancy Laffey from Completely Quilted, and this video is a demonstration on month 3 of the Atlantis Block of the Month, which is going to be the seed plant block I have behind me finished here. So thank you for joining us. This is designed by Southwind Designs, and we hope you enjoy this block of the month. If you'd like to participate, you can contact us, phone us, or email us. So here we are again with our block of the month, and I have my folded elements already in place, and I like to just go through and glue all of them that I need to for each step. So whenever we have three-dimensional pieces that are layered, I always like to glue them. That keeps them in place, and these little guys are going to be sewn into pairs to create one of the elements of our blocks. So I'll just take these right sides together, and I like to use clips to make sure that all of my pieces stay in place. So all those will be sewn into pairs. I'm also going to have some more elements with my folds this time. So for this particular month, here it is, my little rectangle piece is already folded, and I'm going to sandwich that in between my rectangles to create one of those dimensional triangle pieces. We also have larger rectangles this month, so we're going to use those larger rectangles, and again, add a little glue, always away from where that fold will be, and then position that where we need to create that element. So it's a lot of prep work and layering to get to where I need to sew my block together. So I've sewn those seams. So before I press them, it looks like this, and then I open that up and create that cool triangle, making sure that everything is pressed open on the back side. And then I also have my other elements that I've sewn together, and these are also just pressed open on the back side. Sometimes you're going to combine elements together. So now that this is finished here, I'm going to add my glue stick, little dot, and I'm going to place my larger folded triangle along this corner here, and I have a feeling that's going to create a really cool opening. Sometimes I just try to make sure that when I put these folds together that they're right alongside each other, because I know that's going to open up eventually to create another element. Now that I've glued those together, these two units are ready to be sewn, and I'll just place them right sides together and give it a little clip before I take that seam. Next step is to sew my long rectangle unit onto that folded and pieced unit to create kind of a 4-patch for my finished block. Once I have all 4 of those done, I'm ready to sew this block together and add my sashings. So here my block is completed, and I'm ready to start pinning where I'm going to be doing my top stitching and turning. So every place I put a pin is going to be my double, and I kind of eyeball this. I mean, you could get really exact if you wanted to measure it, but I just kind of half it. And I'm also going to have, that needle needs to be tossed. Sometimes you get a dull one and you just gotta throw it away. Again, that one's not good. Nice sharp pins. Oh my gosh, all of these are bad. Here we go. There's that one there. So now I'm going to also have this point here, and this one's going to be a little bit easier to pinpoint because I want it to be right on the end of where this one is here. So you'll see that you'll stop here, and then you'll fold that back and top stitch that there and create this cool opening again, just releasing that almost like a cathedral window. And then these smaller ones out here, those are going to be left. Those are going to be left on the straight. So it's going to give it a really cool element for our third block for our block of the month. So I'll do a little demonstration this week on how I'm doing those top stitching and those folds with my monofilament thread. So I have my machine threaded with my clear monofilament thread. And so I'm just going to start in one of my corners here. I always try to start in one of these outside corners and work my way in, just to make sure that I can kind of work it around without as many thread breaks. So I'm just peeling this back. This is on the bias, so it just peels back really nicely. I like using my 1/4 inch foot for this. I just find that I have a lot of control, and if I need to adjust or rotate, I'm going to stop right there with my needle where that pin was. I'll lift up my presser foot so you can see here, and pivot on that needle. So I'm stopping with my needle down, and I'm just going to catch. Sometimes it works better if you kind of give it a little like finger press just into that fold again. And I've made my little double curve, always stopping in the point of where I want to go next. So now I'm going to continue on this aqua piece here, and then I'll stop where this pin is for my next turn. I'm going to go ahead and remove that pin because I know exactly where that point is that I want to stop on. Right here. I'm going to take maybe one more stitch into my yellow, and I'm going to come back this direction now. Just kind of working myself all the way around. I'm going to have to go back and do other curves as I go. So I might come back this direction here. Ooh, I think that'll work out good. So I'm going to come onto the aqua now. I don't really have like a plan as I do this. I just kind of work around from point to point, just finger pressing that back and adjusting that fold and pulling it back. This is kind of the most fun part. So this is like my reward after piecing everything together and creating those curves. So now I'm back onto this curve here. Yep, my needle's not just perfect, it's okay. Now when I get to here, I'm going to come around again, and get this yellow one here. Now remember, I'm leaving these small pockets on the straight. And I'm just going to continue to do this. If I need to break my thread, I will do a little back stitch, or you can do a knot on your machine so that you're going to have that monofilament thread be attached. So you can see where I'm creating these curves, and there's just a little bit of that glue that was left on here from a mistake, and that'll just wash off. That's just washable glue. So I'm going to keep doing my top stitching and then show you my finished block. Here she is. It's all finished. I've got block number 3 done. This one's called Sea Plant. And just a word to the wise, I realized that I had this turned after I did my top stitching. It's really difficult to take out the stitching and then to turn anything that's turned on your block. So check, double check, and even I can make mistakes. So you might see previously some of the block was turned. So do as I say, not as I do, and enjoy making this third block.